Hello friends, and welcome to your FriYay Pick a Card with me, Intuitive Rene. So it is the Valentine's weekend, and I know not everybody celebrates Valentine's, and I know not everybody's in a relationship, but I'm all about the love. I'm all about self-love. I'm all about understanding love and having more of it in your lives. So that's why today I thought we had to use love as our topic. We had to use love as the theme for our pick a card today. So what I've done is I have spent a bit of time connecting with Spirit and saying, you know what, I want something that I want a pick a card that's applicable and appropriate for everybody. I don't want to exclude anybody. I don't want anyone to feel like they can't pick a bundle today because they're not in a relationship or because they whatever the situation is. So I've tried to keep it fairly generic. I've tried to keep it fairly general, but at the same time, I want to get some excitement. I want to get some passion going. So as you can see, I'm trying the two cameras thing again, and I do hope it's going to work for us. I do hope it's going to work for us. So bear with me. I'm not such a fundi when it comes to technology. But as you can see on the table here in front of me, I have laid out 3 decks. And these are the decks that I have chosen to work with today. And interestingly, I got a new deck in this week, which I'm so in love with. But for whatever reason, I didn't feel like it was an appropriate deck for today's pick a card. So yeah, we'll keep that one for next week, hopefully. So what we have here is the famous, the My Soul deck. The deck that just speaks to my heart and soul. It's the Light Seers Tarot. I also have the Good Tarot here. We've definitely going for a green theme. And then we've got my favorite oracle deck of all times here, which is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So those are the 3 decks that I'm going to be working with today. And I have got 5 questions, which I have worked on with Spirit. We did have some, let's call it arguments. We couldn't quite agree on some things, but we found a compromise. So I have got 5 questions which we're going to work through, and we're going to use a combination of these 2 tarot decks to give us the answers to the questions with regards to relationships, with regards to emotions, with regards to love today. And then we're going to finish off with an oracle just to get a positive, just to get a little bit of extra. I always feel like this deck just opens up conversation and just opens up connection to Spirit. So we'll see what we get with that one. So if you haven't done a pick a card FriYay with me before, they happen every FriYay, and basically all you do is on screen now, let me perform my magic. On screen now will be an image of the bundles that are available. You can see the cards that have been selected, or the cards that came up during the readings. Here they are on screen for you now. All you really need to do is pay attention to your heart and soul, pay attention to what's going on in your head, what's going on in your heart, and ask yourself which of these bundles seems to be the bundle that draws you in, which of these bundles seems to be the one that has the reading, the message, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. And once you know exactly which bundle it is, you can use the timestamps in the description below. So if you're on YouTube, just open up the description box below and you'll see the timestamps. That'll take you straight through to your bundles. So yeah, you don't have to sit through them all. Obviously, if you want to watch them all, by all means do. You'll certainly get something from each one. And I do hope that today's reading just helps you to find happiness, joy, and love in your heart, and to know that yeah, everyone deserves love, everyone deserves to be happy. And very interested to see what your current relationship situation is, or your future relationship situation, because when we talk about your partner, when we talk about the person that you're in a relationship with, we're talking about the current person, or if you are currently single, we'll be talking about your future prospects. So it doesn't matter when you watch this video. Yes, I'm recording it in time for Valentine's Day on the 14th of Feb in 2021. But if you happen to stumble across this video at any time, let the reading be relevant to you then. So whatever your situation is, whenever you watch it, the reading will be relevant. All right, so let's get straight into it, starting off with bundle 1. I'll see you there. Hello and welcome to all of you who chose bundle 1 as the bundle that has the reading, the message, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I am already shuffling cards because it's what I do. I love shuffling cards. And today it is Friday and we are doing your love connection. We are looking to see what it is that Spirit needs you to know with regards to your current love situation. So it doesn't matter if you are married. It doesn't matter if you are single. It doesn't matter if you are in a complicated relationship. It doesn't matter what your situation is. We're going to see what your situation is and how you can get the most out of it. So let's set the intentions. Let's get everything the way it needs to. So we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to assist us and to guide us as we throw cards on the table. We're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to help us receive the message, the answer, the guidance, and the reading that we need in our lives right now. We're asking Spirit to help us. We're asking Spirit to assist us in finding love, finding happiness, and understanding the relationships that we are in at the moment. And so it is. All right. So as you can see, I have been shuffling the Lightseers Tarot, which is the first deck of 3 that I want to be working with today. Let's just give it a proper shuffle, if I can, without throwing them around. I think that worked quite nicely. So I have got 6 questions actually. I said it was 5, but then I added in something. I sat with Spirit earlier and we worked on some questions and we had a little bit of argument and we eventually came up with a good compromise that I'm quite happy with. So I have 6 questions, but we're going to use this deck for 5 of the questions. All right. And we really, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're single, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter what your current situation is. We want to know where you're at, what's happening on the romance side, what's happening on the love side, and what do you need to know to make it better, to make it easier for yourself. So the first card we're drawing is your current romantic mood, your current romantic side, and what's currently happening in your life. Then we want to know about your future or your partner or your future partner. So if you're single, this is your current ambitions, this is your current feelings, and this is your future partner. If you're in a current relationship, then this is about your current partner. Okay. What dampens the relationship? So what one thing is putting a bit of a sour note on the relationship? That's what we're going to get there. And this 4th one here is going to be how to reach full potential in your relationship. So what can you do to take your relationship to the next level? What can you do to achieve everything, all the happiness and all the joy and all the success that we can within our relationship? And then the final one, the one that I'm most excited about, is how do we add some sizzle to the relationship? All right, so we have got 5 cards laid out. I am going to be drawing some other cards as well for question 6, but for now we're going to focus on these 5. So question 1, or the card number 1, position number 1, is the card that reflects you. So what is your current romantic mood? What are you currently feeling? What are you currently dealing with? What are you currently going through on a romantic side? And here we have the beautiful King of Wands. Isn't he gorgeous? So the King of Wands, he's very strong, he's very controlled, he's very confident. Okay, he's got courage, he's brave, he's courageous, he's all of those things. But one of the things that always stands out for me with him is that he has no fear. Okay, it's not arrogance, there's confidence, and then when we have too much confidence, it sort of borders on arrogance. But not him, not our King of Wands. He's quite confident, he's quite together, he's quite comfortable with himself and all that he's achieved, and he knows his worth, he knows his value. So you, romantically, the mood that you're feeling confident, you're feeling strong, you know exactly what you are, who you are, what you want, and how you like it. Okay. So that's what our King of Wands is telling you. He knows exactly what he has to do, he knows exactly how he has to do it. He has no concerns. Okay, but he's certainly not arrogant. He's not that confident that he's now gone too far and he's bordered into arrogance, because that's not who he is at all. This is your partner. Okay, we're now going to see what do we need to know about your partner. What is your partner's current feelings? And as I said, if you are currently single, this card is going to reflect your future partner, your future relationship, the person that you're currently drawing in and attracting into your life. What do you need to know about them? So let's have a look and see what we've got. Okay, so your partner's feeling a little bit exhausted. All right, your partner's feeling a little bit like, oh my gosh, can I, do I have to do this kind of thing? All right, so your partner's feeling like, it's been a long and difficult road and they're just not feeling like they have the energy. So here you are, full of charisma, full of energy, full of vitality, full of courage, full of bravery. You're like leading this relationship, okay? Your partner's like, oh, I'll do what I have to, but not all that enthusiastic. There's more enthusiasm here than there is over here with your partner. So that's interesting. So with Valentine's coming up, and I know this video was created just before Valentine's Day, but if you're watching this after Valentine's Day, if you're watching this video at any point, whatever you're doing in your relationship at the moment, you're feeling confident, you're feeling strong. But maybe when I look at these two cards, when I look at these two together, it could actually be telling you that maybe you're pushing too hard, that maybe you're driving the relationship a little bit too much, and your partner's feeling exhausted. Your partner's like, can we just rest? Can we just stop? We don't always have to be doing stuff. We don't always have to be progressing and moving forward. Sometimes it's nice to just rest, okay? So there's definitely, I don't want to call it conflict because that's such a terrible word, especially when we're talking about relationships. So we don't want to use the word conflict, but there's definitely, we're at different levels. We're feeling different, okay? We're feeling like we're at different places in our relationship. All right. Here in the middle, what we have here is what dampens the relationship. So what is possibly causing a little bit of I wanted to say a tenderness, but that's not really the word at all. What's causing a little bit of conflict? What is putting a dampener on the relationship right now? Let's see what we've got. Okay, so we've got the Hanged Man, all right? And the Hanged Man is such a powerful card, and it really is such a beautiful card. But what the Hanged Man is saying is that what's creating a little bit of animosity, what's creating a little bit of tension in the relationship is the fact that you want to do things differently all the time, okay? That instead of just accepting the relationship for what it is, instead of accepting the person, your partner, yourself, accepting the status quo, accepting the relationship the way it is, you're constantly trying to look at a thing from a different perspective. You're constantly trying to see it from a different angle and change it up. And, let's do it this way. Let's not always eat this type of food in this manner. Let's change it up all the time. And that, I think, is what's creating some kind of exhaustion with your partner. It's interesting when you start seeing all the cards reveal themselves, when you start seeing it all like this. I do want to say to you, though, that I just feel like I need to spend a bit more time expressing and talking about this Nine of Wands. Because yes, the Nine of Wands is the card of exhaustion. It's the card of feeling like, I just don't know if I have the energy to keep doing the same things over and over. But it's certainly what's always very interesting with this card is that it tells you that you are so close. You are so close to achieving everything that you've set out. You are so close to success. You're so close to reaching that point of happiness. So it's telling you, the Nine of Wands is telling you, don't give up. Don't stop. Don't give up. So even though your partner is feeling like, oh my gosh, you want to change things up again, you want to do things differently, can we just relax and can we just take it easy? Don't back off, okay? You don't back off. You keep pushing. You keep pushing your partner, because when we get to that point of success, when we get to that point of achieving all the things that we need to, the happiness that your partner's going to have, the happiness that you're going to have is actually going to be so worth it. So you keep pushing boundaries, okay? You keep pushing boundaries. You keep changing things up. You keep pushing the relationship to be all that it needs to be and all that it can be. And if you keep doing that, you're going to have absolute happiness. So with this card here is, how do you, so this is what's causing this kind of conflict, this kind of challenge in the relationship. And now with this card, with number 4, we're looking at how to reach the full potential. So what can we do to help the relationship become all that it needs to? And I love this card. So we've got the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is the card of helping others. It's the card of being supportive. It's the card of being helpful, of being kind, of being compassionate, of generous, all of those kind of things. So it's basically saying to you, be considerate of your partner, be considerate of where they're at, help them. Don't ignore them. Don't put them in a corner. Don't put unnecessary pressure on them, but recognize where they're at, recognize what they're going through, and help them in whichever way you can. Offer the assistance, be that support person to them, because they're feeling quite alone. They're feeling quite isolated. They're feeling like, there's all this pressure on them and they don't know quite how to achieve, especially obviously with regards to the relationship. So this has got nothing to do with their work. This has got nothing to do with any other aspect of the life except emotional. So your partner at the moment is feeling, or your partner or your prospective partner, okay, they're feeling a little bit down, they're feeling a little bit exhausted, a little bit overwhelmed. Let's use that word, all right? You need to do whatever you can to recognize that you've got to keep pushing, that you've got to keep helping them climb out of their comfort zones. And if you keep supporting them and helping them in the way that you can, in the best way that you can, there is going to be success in this relationship. There's going to be success in this relationship. Right. Card number 5 over here is, how do we add some sizzle? Okay, how do we spice things up a little bit? How do we get the excitement going? Oh, I love it. So Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is traditionally not a good card, okay? Because the Seven of Swords talks about taking what isn't yours. The Seven of Swords talks about thievery and theft and deception and all of those kind of things. But the question we asked here is, how do we add some sizzle into the relationship? How do we spice things up? How do we get the excitement and the passion going? And this is telling you to take the opportunities as they present. So it's about spontaneity. It's about just being spur of the moment. And if you are walking past your partner in the house and you suddenly feel like just putting your arms around them and giving them a big fat juicy kiss, do it. Okay, doesn't matter if they're not in the mood, it doesn't matter if they are distracted or whatever it is. It's about taking the opportunities as they present themselves. So I'm going to call this the spontaneity card, and we can even go a little bit further and say it's the sexual spontaneity card. All right, so be in that moment, be in the now, recognize the opportunities that are there for you, recognize and take them, grab them, run with them. Don't allow, because it's human nature that we're always considering our partner, we're always thinking about our partner, we're always worried about our partner's happiness. So if our partner is a little bit stressed and exhausted and a little bit fed up and all of those kind of things, we can sometimes say, okay, well, we will pull back, we will stop, we will slow down, and we will wait for them to feel as confident and as strong as we are. But actually, if I look at these 5 cards that we've got here, for you today, your love connection, what Spirit is saying to you is that you need to drive it. You need to be in control. You need to be strong. You need to be brave and courageous. You need to not allow this to impact you. You need to make sure that this doesn't hold you back, okay? If anything, you need to assist them. You need to help them. You need to guide them to work through this, because they need to recognize that they are so close to achieving happiness, to achieving bliss, to achieving everything that they need, that they want. So what is sort of causing this exhaustion, what is causing a little bit of the conflict, is the fact that you're constantly reinventing the wheel, that you're constantly looking at things from a different perspective. So just when your partner thinks that they've caught up with you, you're like changing, okay? Right, now we're going to do it this way. Now this is what I like. Then your partner catches up with you and you're like, okay, no, now I'm changing it again. So your partner's like, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted, okay? So we understand that. So you need to recognize where your partner's at and you need to help them. And if you can help them through this, always looking at things differently, and if you just become a little bit more become a little bit more spontaneous, there we go, we eventually get the right words, you will achieve greatness in the relationship. You will overcome all the challenges, and there will be happiness. I love the spread, I absolutely do. And I have to say to you that this is, I think, incredibly valid for most people in their relationships at the moment. All right, so we are not done yet, but I do need to move all these cards sort of out of the way a little bit. So forgive me while I do this on screen, because I want to use that space up there. So I have another tarot deck here, and this tarot deck is called the Good Tarot, all right? And I want to use the Good Tarot to get additional message from Spirit. Right, so we're going to shuffle the cards, and these are quite large and always a bit of a challenge for me when it comes to shuffling. Whoops! Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Did you see that? Right, so let's just give it. I did shuffle before we started with the recording, but let's just give it one more shuffle here. And basically what we're looking for here is we're looking for a message from Spirit with regards to our relationship. So what does Spirit need you to know with regards to your relationship right now, based on what we've already covered, based on what we've already said? What is the message that Spirit have for us here today? And I'm going to cut the deck over there, and I'm going to take this card straight off the top. So let's see what we get. Oh, Spirit have got such a sense of humor, don't they just? So we've got the Hanged Man, which is the same as that card over there. So we have got the Hanged Man. So I actually want to put these two together so that you can see them. So this card was the card that said what was causing a little bit of, what was dampening the relationship, what was causing a little bit of stress. And we actually, let me do it this way. Sorry, I'm changing my mind because I wanted to stay there, but I wanted to connect. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. Sorry, rearranging everything all the time. So basically what this Hanged Man card is saying is that you are always trying to improve the relationship. You're always trying to change the relationship. You're always trying to see it and you know, get it to be better than what it has been. You're always changing things up, and your partner's probably getting a bit exhausted about that. Your partner's probably getting a little bit like fed up. Can we just settle? Can we just have some kind of normal, some kind of happiness? And you're at a point now where you're like, no, but we want to just experiment and try and experience things from different perspectives and from different angles. And the message, when we asked for a message from Spirit and the Hanged Man came through again, it's really Spirit telling you, yes, we need to constantly be looking at things differently. We need to constantly be trying things from different angles and different perspectives. But you need to look at that side of yourself from a different perspective as well, and look at it from the perspective of your partner. Okay, so we're not saying that this is wrong, but we're not saying that this is right. We're saying, let's look at this. Let's look at what we're doing in our relationship. Let's look at that slightly differently. Let's look at that from a different perspective to see how we can adjust ourselves. Because let's be honest, relationships are all about compromise. And here you are so strong and so confident, your partner feeling a little bit exhausted, okay? A little bit absolutely exhausted and feeling like they just can't keep up with you. They just can't keep up with you. So let's adjust. Let's see. So I have another deck here, okay? And this is my absolute favorite oracle deck. It is the Sacred Destinies Oracle, and I just absolutely love this deck. So we want to carry on with our message from Spirit. So we want to carry on there with our Hanged Man. So from this deck, we want to know from Spirit, right, what else do we need to know? What else is important and significant? What's the rest of the message that Spirit have for you with regards to your relationship? Okay. Camera is not in focus. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Camera doesn't want to focus now. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's cut the deck in half. And I'm going to take that card straight off the top. So let's see what Sacred Destiny and the rest of the message from Spirit is. Right, so Sacred Destiny gives us gives us solitude. I love that. Look at these cards. So we understand what solitude means. Solitude means on your own. It means without anybody else. So I think it's telling you, and I want to put this card over there so that we can see them all nice and clearly. The message that Spirit is giving you, that it's time to look at your relationship from a different perspective. Look at what your partner's going through. Look at what they're feeling. Connect with them, with their needs, with their wants and their desires, and recognize that the two of you need alone time. The two of you need a little bit of solitude. And I don't mean alone time from each other, okay? That's absolutely not what we're talking about. We're talking about alone time without anybody else. So it's about cutting out and removing everybody else from the relationship and from the situation, and just letting it be the two of you, letting it just be the two of you, reconnecting, re-embracing, recognizing what your partner's going through, recognizing how strong and confident you're feeling, looking at things from a different perspective, and just allowing the relationship to develop, allowing the relationship to grow without pressure. Okay, let's take these opportunities. Let's I almost want to say, let's steal time. Okay, let's steal time to be together. Let's steal time to be alone, to be together, and to not worry about anybody else, to only focus on each other, to have nothing else. And again, when we look at the Six of Pentacles over here, and Six of Pentacles was how to reach the full, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was how to reach the full potential in your relationship. And this is Spirit saying to you, help each other, do it together. Let's have solitude. So, you know, let's not ask other people for guidance. Let's just focus on each other. Let's focus on the two people that matter the most and leave everybody else out of it. So friends, I do hope that love connection reading sort of connected to your heart and soul, and sort of just I almost want to say put the relationship into perspective. So I am going to add, for those of you who are single, for those of you who are not in a relationship, or those of you who are in a complicated relationship, please take this in. Please take this and recognize, see this as the relationship, as the potential relationship that is out there for you, and understand why you maybe haven't had the kind of success that you've wanted in relationships, because this is how you treat the other person. This is how you treat the other relationship or the other person involved. It's time to really look at all of that from a different perspective and to recognize that when you're in a relationship, it's just the two of you. Nobody else matters. And that's what you need to be focusing on. So, friends, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome to all of those of you who chose bundle 2 as the bundle that has the reading, the message, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now with regards to your relationship, because that's the theme. That's what we're looking at today. So I have entitled today's pick a card as Your Love Connection. So it's about recognizing your love relationship, your love connection, about where you are, what you need to know about, how you can make it better, where you're sitting within that relationship, and all of those kind of things. So that's what we're looking at. Today I have got 3 decks that I'm going to be working with. This is the Light Seers Tarot that I'm working with, which I just absolutely love. So I have got also, just letting you know, I've got 6 questions written out that I have planned and strategized with Spirit to give you your good reading today. We're going to do 5 of those questions with this deck, and then I have got 2 other decks that we're going to be using as well for the last question. So let's get straight into it. Let's get started. So as I shuffle these cards, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to surround each and every single one of us with their divine love, their divine light of love and protection. We're asking Spirit to help me shuffle my cards properly. We're asking Spirit to ensure that the cards that we draw today be the cards that have the message, the reading, the guidance, and the inspiration that we all need in our lives right now with regards to our relationships, so that we can have the best relationships, happiest relationships that we deserve and that we need in our lives right now. And so it is, and so it is. Okay. Right, cards are shuffled. I'm going to cut it in half. And as I said to you, we have got 5 questions that I want to focus on. 5 questions that we're going to be asking. So the first question, the first card, is about where you are at currently romantically. So your romantic mood. What kind of energy do we have around your romantic relationship at the moment? The second one we have is, what do you need to know about your partner? Where is your partner at emotionally, romantically right now? And if you are single, then this is dealing with your future partner or your future relationship. So we're looking at where you are at romantically, your current romantic mood, your partner's romantic mood, or your future partner's romantic mood. The third card that we have is dealing with what dampens the relationship, or what causes a little bit of conflict or challenge or strife in the relationship. Question 4, or fourth card that we're drawing, is how to have, or what can you do to reach full potential in this relationship. So how do we take it to the next level? How do we advance the relationship in the best way? And the 5th card that we're drawing is how to add a little bit of sizzle, how to add a little bit of spice into the relationship. All right. So putting the deck away. So as I said to you, it doesn't matter if you are currently single or if you are currently in a relationship, because if you are currently single, if there is no current romantic interest, then this whole reading is going to help you to best find a relationship, to understand what's preventing you from being in a relationship, what is stopping you, what is interfering in your search, and what you need to know about that potential relationship so that you can adjust and make things better for you when it does happen. Right. We're starting with card number 1, and card number 1 is your current romantic mood. So let's see what we get. We have got the 3 of Cups. How absolutely appropriate and how absolutely beautiful. 3 of Cups is the card of celebration. It's the card of coming together with people who are important and significant in your life. It's the card of coming together with the people that you love, the people that you appreciate, and the people that bring you joy and bring you happiness. So you're definitely in the mood. You're in the mood for some gathering. You're in the mood for getting together and celebrating and acknowledging the love connection. Let's have a look. There's a lot of innuendos in these readings, so you'll have to giggle along with me. Let's have a look here. What do you need to know about your partner? What do you need to know about your potential future partner? Or what do you need to know about your partner in his or her romantic mood right now? So let's have a look and see. Oh, so the first thing I notice is the turned head. Okay, so that's the first thing I notice, is that she's got her head turned. So it's almost like not talking to you. Okay, that was the first thing that I picked up. But then when we look at this card, so it is the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is the card of feeling. It talks about feeling backed into a corner. It talks about feeling as if you've been pushed into a corner and you don't quite know how to get out of it. You don't quite know, and you feel like everybody's attacking you, and you feel like everybody's coming at you, and you're just like, I just don't know what to do. So if we have a look across the bottom here are all these, each one of these sticks, each one of these wands represents an attack, represents somebody coming towards you. But look what she's done. Okay, first of all, she has put herself very safely and very comfortably in this bubble. She has also assumed preposition, which means that she is asking for guidance, which means that she is asking for assistance. The fact that her head is turned means that she doesn't want to face her challenges head on. So what does this mean about your partner? So you are all about embracing, you are all about sharing and having that relationship, and just really connecting and enjoying the relationship that you have with somebody significant in your life. Your partner, on the other hand, is feeling like it's a little bit too much. Okay, your partner's feeling like you're just coming and coming and coming and coming like a tidal wave, and it just doesn't seem to end. They are feeling a little bit trapped, a little bit blocked into the corner, or backed into the corner, but they are actually doing okay. But they don't like to face their fears. So I'm going to tell you that your partner is not somebody who is open to communication. Okay, your partner is not somebody who you could sit down and have this kind of conversation with. Your partner is somebody who probably just wants to allow things to be, just allow things to be the way. Why change it? Why, your partner is somebody who's like, you know what, let's just ignore our problems and pretend that everything's okay. Whereas you're like all about, you want to talk and you want to express and you want to feel and you want to have all those kind of energies, you want to have all those kind of connections. But your partner's maybe a little bit, I'm going to call it standoffish. Okay, and I love this because this is almost yin and yang kind of energy. Here you are embracing and moving forward, and your partner's like, no, just back off and leave me alone. But your partner doesn't actually want that. The fact that they are in this bubble, the fact that they have protected themselves and they're still sitting there, and they haven't actually backed off, they haven't actually ventured anywhere, they haven't gone anywhere, says that they're very comfortable. Even though they'll tell you that you're maybe pushing a little bit too hard, but they're incredibly comfortable to stay there. They just don't want the change. They just don't want to talk. They just don't want to express the feelings. They want to leave things the way that they are. Let's have a look and see from card number 3 what dampens the relationship. So what is maybe putting a little bit of pressure on the relationship at the moment? Let's see what we've got. Okay. So we have got the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is like waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right time. So maybe you've been wanting to talk to your partner. Maybe you've wanted to have this kind of conversation. Maybe you're wanting to take the relationship to the next level and express and just get everything out in the open, but you're waiting for the right time for your partner to be open, to be receptive, if I can use that word. Okay, and you're waiting for the right moment, you're waiting for your ship to come in, so to speak. So here we have a surfer arrived at the water's edge, and she's like really waiting for the perfect set of waves before she ventures out. She's not going to go out and sit at the back line. She's not going to go out and sit there. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't actually with regards to surfing. But she's not going to go and sit out on the back line and just wait and wait and wait if the waves are not ideal. It's about waiting for that perfect opportunity. It's about waiting for the right time in order to have the success that you want. So that is putting a little bit of a little bit of a problem, or a little bit of a dampener on the relationship right now, because your partner is not open to communication. Your partner is not receptive. Okay, and you're waiting for the right time, and maybe we shouldn't be waiting. We're going to see now. We're going to see what comes up over here. But basically what has created this kind of situation is you always waiting for the right time, always, or maybe not waiting for the right time. You would know. Okay, you either are spending too much time waiting or not enough time waiting. Sorry, I heard that from Spirit. They were saying get it right, put both options out there. So I do that. Okay, so with card number 4, position number 4, this is the card that's going to tell us how to allow the relationship? What can we do to assist the relationship to reach its full potential? So what can we do? What can we do to overcome this? What can we do to fix this? How do we allow the relationship and help the relationship to reach its full potential? Okay, so first thing, it's the Hierophant. Okay, I don't know, let's see if I can get his face. Just look at that face. He just looks so content. He looks so happy. He is living his best life. That smile on his face, that expression on his face. You know, you can't look at that and not smile yourself. You can't look at that and not just get sucked into that emotion, because he really does look so happy. I do want to talk about the colors that I'm seeing here. Now, this particular deck is really full of color. This deck, it's got all the colors you can imagine, but we started off very gentle. We started off very pastel, then we went straight into the fiery reds, and now we're easing off again. So I don't know if you can see that. We started off gentle, calm, cool, almost matching my nails, and then we went fiery red, softened a little bit, and now we're on to the pinks. I can't wait to see what color we get here. So it shows that we are softening this. That's really what I'm picking up from here. So the Hierophant, what can we do to help the relationship reach its full potential? And the Hierophant is talking about just being in the now, recognizing who you are, recognizing what you're all about, recognizing the positives that you have in your life. The Hierophant says, let's not overcomplicate things. His solutions and his answers and his everything in life is actually quite simple. And that's what he wants. He wants you to be simple. He wants you to accept simplicity. He doesn't want you to overcomplicate things, okay? See life for what it is. See your partner for who they are. See you for who you are. See your challenges for what they are, and not overcomplicate things. So he's telling you, keep it simple, but he's also telling you to keep it light, okay? Keep it light-hearted. Keep the laughter going. Keep the happiness going. Focus on the good and not always on the negative. All right. And I think that says a lot about this relationship. We're waiting for the right time to talk about the negative. So that means we're focused on the negative, and that means it's building the anxiety, when actually we should just have a laugh. We should just smile. We should just enjoy each other's company. We should just make the most of the opportunities that we have and not overthink things. Okay. Right. Position number 5, card number 5, with regards to this relationship, with regards to this love connection that we have got going for this Valentine's special. How do we add some sizzle into this relationship? How do we spice things up? How do we heat up the romance? What can we do to add a little bit of heat to the relationship? Let's see what we got. I always get quite excited about this one. Right, so we've got the Strength card, and again, look how the colors have softened completely. Okay, so we started off, we got all hot and heated here with the passion and the fire and the red, and we've eased it right off now to the greens and the blues. So the Strength card talks about vulnerability. Okay, so how do we spice things up in the relationship? How do we add some sizzle into the relationship? And this is Spirit saying to you, be vulnerable, be gentle, be kind, be soft. Okay, don't be so hard, because here what we have is we have got you being hard and your partner putting themselves into a bubble. You need to be more gentle. You need to be more in the moment, more now, and just be more spontaneous. Okay, so the Strength card is definitely telling you vulnerability. And if you can express emotional vulnerability, if you can express all of those kind of emotions and those kind of feelings, you're definitely going to add some spice, because I think that's what your partner wants. I think that's what this relationship wants of you. This relationship wants you to be gentle. This relationship wants you to just take a load off, okay? And to just express your vulnerability and to show your soft side. If you can show your soft side, I do want you to notice that she is half lion and half lady, and then we've got the little lamb over here as well. And the half lion is showing that she is strong, recognizing that you are strong, recognizing that you are this beautiful, brave, and courageous individual. But then you've got that vulnerability of the lamb, and that's what you need. So you need to find that balance between your strength, your passion, your conviction, and your vulnerability. And I think if you can do that and keep things simple, keep things easy, keep things light in your relationship, and instead of waiting for the right time, because there is no right time except for right now. Right here, right now. Be vulnerable, be open, express, and don't put so many conditions and so many restrictions on your partner. Okay, just share, just be, just enjoy. All right. We're not done, but I do need to move these cards down a little bit so that I have some space up there for some other cards. So I do have one more question, and we're going to start off with this deck. So this is another tarot deck. It is a huge tarot deck, but this is the Good Tarot. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the Good Tarot, and what we're doing now is we're asking Spirit question 6, our final question that we have, and we're going to do a card from here and a card from the Oracle deck as well. But basically what we're asking Spirit here is, what else do we need to know? What else does Spirit want us to know about the relationship? What other advice, what other guidance, what other inspiration can Spirit give us for this relationship that we're in at the moment? Okay, and I'm going to cut the deck, and I'm going to take the card off the top. Right, I see camera is not in focus. Let's get camera into focus first. All right, so from the Good Tarot, what else does Spirit need you to know with regards to your relationship? What other advice and guidance does Spirit have for you in this relationship? And we have the Four of Air, okay? In traditional tarot, the Four of Air is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is the card of patience, it's the card of understanding, but it's also the card of rest. It's the card of do nothing. It's the card that says to you meditation, rest, contemplation, and just being ready. Okay, so the Four of Swords is saying to you don't do anything. There is nothing really that you need to drive. It's about this vulnerability. Okay, because the Four of Swords is saying to you, let's be vulnerable. Let's not rush into anything. Let's take our time. Let's build our energy. Let's build our confidence. Let's rest. Let's be contemplative, let's be more receptive, let's be more open, and things will then, when the time is right, there will be progress and there will be movement. So I like that. Then I want to, still carrying on with that, okay, I now have my absolute favorite oracle deck in the whole world. This is the Sacred Destinies Oracle. And we want to know, like, this this pause, this waiting, this rest, this rejuvenation that needs to happen with the Four of Air, with the Four of Swords. What else does Spirit need us to know? What is the rest of the message that we need to know from Spirit? What else is important and significant? Let's shuffle the cards and let's see what we get. Whoopsie. Bad shuffler. You all know me. Terrible, terrible. Okay. And I'm going to cut the deck in half again, and taking that card off the top. Right, so Sacred Destinies Oracle, what is the message that it has? What is Spirit saying with regards to this waiting, with regards to this pause, with regards to this contemplation, meditation? What else does Spirit need us to know? I love it. We get abundance. So I think what Spirit is saying to you is that there is an abundance of love available to you, okay? There is an abundance of opportunity, abundance of love. I just love all the colors and all the flowers and the happiness and the joy that you get from this particular card. So this is Spirit saying to you that if you are patient with your relationship, if you are patient with your situation, all right? Yes, we know you want to celebrate. Yes, we know you want to acknowledge. Yes, we know we want you want to be out there and you want to tell everybody, you want to scream it from the rooftops about your relationship. But we need to understand that there is a time, okay? There is a time for everything. And what Spirit is saying to you right now is that your partner needs a little bit of time. Your partner is just feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and we need to soften. We need to pull back. We need to soften. We need to rest. We need to give the relationship a chance to just build to where it needs to be. Our focus needs to be on love. Our focus needs to be on vulnerability. Our focus needs to be on joy, on being in the now, not planning 6 months ahead, not talking about 6 months in the past. It's about being here and now in the moment, and about being vulnerable and about being honest, truthful. And if we can do that, if we can just not push, if we can be patient, the abundance, the celebration, the happiness and the joy that you're looking for in the relationship is going to be there for you. There is abundance of love. There is an abundance of love. And here we have this abundance of love again. You connecting with the people that matter. You sharing your happiness, your joy, and your success with those that matter. And who matters? It's your partner. So give them the chance to catch up with you. Give them the chance to recognize where we're at. And you know what? You need to learn how to express. You need to learn how to be vulnerable. You need to learn how to be transparent. And that's where the happiness is going to be. So I do hope that you enjoyed your reading. I do hope that it spoke to your heart and soul. And I do hope that it gives you the guidance, the help, and the assistance that you need in your relationship at the moment, so that you can be as happy and as content as you deserve to be, because everybody deserves to be loved. So with love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome. Welcome to all of those who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the reading, the message, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome. As you can see, I am shuffling cards already, and this is the amazing, wonderful Light Seers Tarot that I'm going to be using for the first portion of our reading today. So with love in the air, today we are looking at your love connection. We're looking at what do you need to know to have the best relationship, to have the best emotional love connection with another person. So we have quite an interesting spread that we're going to be doing today, and I do hope that you're going to enjoy it. So seeing as I am already shuffling the cards, let's call Spirit in, let's get started. So as we shuffle the cards, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to surround every single one of us with divine love, light, and protection. We're asking that the cards that we draw today be the cards that we need, that give us the guidance and the inspiration that we need to have the best love connections that we can have in our lives. And so it is. And so it is. All right, so didn't throw any cards on the table, so that's great, because I did terribly in the other readings. All right, cards are shuffled. I'm going to cut the deck in half, and we're going to draw straight off the top. So I have got 6 questions that we're going to be working with today for our spread, but we're going to start off, the first 5 of those questions are going to be done with this tarot deck, and then I have 2 other decks that we're going to be using as well. So the first card that we're drawing is the card that represents you and your current romantic mood. So what is currently going on with you with regards to love and relationships? What is your current romantic mood? The second card that we're going to be drawing is what you need to know about your partner's current romantic mood. If you are single, if you are not currently in a relationship, then this card is going to represent your future partner. Okay, your future relationship. So what do you need to know about your future relationship? What do you need to know about that, your future partner or future relationship? That's what we have going there for you. And here the third card we have is what currently, or what dampens the relationship. What is putting a bit of a dampener? What is putting a bit of pressure? Or what is the current challenge that you are having with regards to the relationship? The fourth question we're asking, or the fourth card that we have in our spread, is how can we help our relationship, our love connection, reach its full potential? So what can we do to reach full potential in our love connection? And the final card that we're going to be drawing today, or no, from this particular deck, because there are others coming, from this particular deck here, is how do we add some sizzle to our love connection? How do we spice things up? How do we heat things up a little bit? All right, I'm going to put those cards out of the way. So we have drawn our 5 from the Light Seers Tarot. Let's get straight into it and see what Spirit needs you to know about your current love connection. So card number 1 is your current romantic mood. So how are you currently feeling with regards to romance, with regards to love connections? If I can pick the card up. We have got the 9 of Cups. How beautiful is that card? You know what, I know I said that about all the cards, but I really do enjoy this one, because it's like this is the part of the card that really draws me in. So it's like her chest, there's this light, this love, this vibrancy, this energy that's sort of radiating from her heart space. And all of these cups that she's got around her, they're actually singing bowls, singing bowls. But she is just so content and so happy in the now and so happy in this moment. She is just living her best life, but she is just exuding positive energy. Okay, so what is your current romantic mood? Well, you're ready to get your romance on. Okay, you are really ready to express and to feel and to celebrate and acknowledge all that is going well in your relationship and in yourself. So you're feeling really, really positive, all right, about your current love connection, which is really great. And as I said, it doesn't even matter if you're single, because if you're single, you still have this energy within you. And this energy is almost what I get from this card. It's almost like it's ready to burst. It's ready to jump out of your chest, from your heart center. It's ready to just explode. So if you are single, then you know you are ready for for a new relationship. And if you are in a current relationship, this is how you're feeling about it. So this is your current romantic mood. Let's see what we have to see, or what we have to know about your partner's current romantic mood and mind space. Ooh, 10 of Cups. We've got the 9, we've got the 10. The 10 of Cups is the perfect happy family, okay? We have got parents, we have got children, we have got rainbows, we have got happiness. So it certainly seems like everything is going well in your relationship. You're both on the same page, you're both thinking along the same lines. And again, I'm going to say to you that if you are currently single, this card is certainly telling you that there is a serious commitment relationship on its way. This is your future relationship. This is what you're working towards. So everything that we cover here, if you are single, if you are currently single, everything that we cover here is going to help you achieve this, is going to help you achieve, attain, and to have this. So for those of you who are in a relationship, this tells me that your relationship is actually quite solid, your relationship is actually quite good, and your love connection is incredibly strong, which I think is fantastic. All right, nothing is ever perfect though. We have to understand that, we have to know that. Even though these two cards are sort of indicating that everything is absolutely perfect. But this card here, we have to deal with the negative as well, okay? Because that's how life rolls. So what we're looking at here is what currently dampens the relationship. So what one thing possibly adds a little bit of heaviness, adds a little bit of a negative onto the relationship? What is one thing that we could improve in our relationship right now? And what we have here is the Six of Wands. So first of all, she's on stage. She has just performed, okay? She has just completed her performance, and that's why she's got her hands up in the air. And if you look in the background here, these little white marks that you can see on the screen, those white marks are people in the audience who are clapping and standing and giving her a standing ovation. We do have this victory wreath over here as well, and the lights are on her, so she is in the limelight, okay? So what currently dampens the relationship? And with the Six of Wands, I have to say it's ego, it's people, it's the competition, it's the needing to win, it's the needing to succeed, it's the needing to be better, okay? Needing to be acknowledged, needing to be seen as the victor and as the, so obviously there's a lot of competition in this relationship between the two of you. And I know that's not always a bad thing, okay? It's really not always a bad thing, but in this particular situation, it is putting a little bit of a dampener on the relationship. Okay, so we need to just be aware of that, be mindful of that, so that we can enjoy this and not have too many negatives that are coming through. Gosh, I keep bumping the cards. Right, we're going to get straight into our fourth one. And our fourth one is what can we do to help the relationship reach its full potential? What can we do to help the relationship be all that it needs to be and all that it can be? If I can pick up the cards. Right, we have got the Four of Pentacles. First of all, what I love about this card is the serenity in the background. Okay, we've got the clear sky. There are a couple of little white clouds, but otherwise it's a clear sky. We have got clear scenery, clear mountains. She's standing here. We've got a bit of a pillar, a barrier there, but she's sitting quite comfortably. She's sitting quite strong, and she's holding onto her purse. Okay, you can see how she's holding it to her chest. She's holding it to herself, and she's not really facing the challenge or whoever may be standing in front of her. She's not looking at it. So the Four of Pentacles talks about stability, financial security. It talks about holding on to what you have. And I think looking at these two cards here, how can we help our relationship reach its full potential? By recognizing all that we have, the good and the bad, everything that we've got going for ourselves. Let's acknowledge, let's celebrate, let's work on that, and let's hold on to it. Okay, let's hold on to it. Let's hold on to the things that make us happy. Let's hold on to the things that bring us joy. Let's hold on to everything that truly matters. Let's not be focused on being better than our partner. Let's not focus on, achieving greatness. Let's be practical, let's be real, and let's just hold on to what we have, because what you have is magical, what you have is beautiful, what you have is amazing. We're not saying it's perfect, but it is amazing and it is good. Right, so I get excited for number 5. So card number 5 is how to add some sizzle into your relationship. What can you do to spice things up? What can we do to just add a little bit of heat into the relationship? So let's see what we've got going. Okay, Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is the card of helping others, okay? So it's basically saying that in your relationship now, we are very comfortable, we are very strong, we are very content, we are very committed to each other. We know exactly what's going on in the relationship. We've got that stability, we've got that what we need. But the Six of Pentacles is saying to you that we need to be constantly helping each other improve. So when it comes to adding a little bit of sizzle, you need to be more considerate of the other person's needs, wants, and desires. So put your own needs, wants, and desires in your pocket and focus on the needs, wants, and desires of your partner, And if you can do that, you're certainly going to add a little bit of spice. You're going to add a little bit of sizzle. And I think, it will be accepted and welcomed in a really good way to help your relationship just get past whatever the little hiccup is. This constant need to be better, to be stronger, to be more powerful, more victorious, more significant. Recognize the stability that we have, recognize the security that we have within our relationship, and just be mindful of the needs, wants, and desires of your partner. And if you can do that, your relationship is going to be even better than what it is right now. And I just absolutely love that. All right, so I'm going to push these cards down a little bit because I want a bit of space up here to add some more cards. Okay, I think that's all right. It's not really perfect, but you'll forgive me. So we're going to start off with this particular deck. So this is another tarot deck, and this is the Good Tarot. The imagery is just beautiful, and I just love it, and I thought it would be really nice to use in our love connection. So they are huge, they are quite big, so shuffling can be a bit of a challenge for me. So this is now our 6th question, the next question that we're asking from Spirit today with regards to your love connection, with regards to your current relationship. That's the problem when I have the camera like this, because you can see when I throw cards all over the table. All right, what we're doing now is we're asking Spirit just for an additional message, just for additional guidance, just for additional information about our relationship. So what else does Spirit need you to know? What else is important and significant? What else does Spirit need you to know in order to help your relationship be all that it can be, all that it needs to be, and all that it must be? All right, I think I have shuffled enough. I'm going to cut the deck in half, and I'm taking that card over there. So let's have a look and see what the Good Tarot wants to reveal. Oh, we've got Justice. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Look how gorgeous these cards are. They really are just beautiful. So Justice is a very interesting card here, because Justice says that you know what you need to do. You know what's right, you know what's wrong, and you need to focus on doing the right things. You need to focus, and I think it's about being focused on your partner. And I'm saying that because we've got the Six of Pentacles here, and the Six of Pentacles talks about helping others. The Six of Pentacles talks about recognizing what you have in abundance, what you have in excess, and sharing that and giving that to others. So the Six of Pentacles is definitely saying to you that the best way to improve your relationship, the best way to work on your relationship, is to find that balance between the right and the wrong. Find the balance between what's exciting, what's passionate, and what's dull and boring. Because let's be honest, relationships have a little bit of all of that, don't they? They have moments of excitement and passion, and they have moments of dull and boring. And it's about not always striving for the excitement. It's about recognizing that sometimes we just want to sit on the couch and watch TV, and that's okay. The Justice is saying that we need to focus on doing what's right for each other and what's right for the relationship, instead of each one of us succeeding and having victory and having success. It's about being more aware of the needs, wants, and desires of our partner. And if we can do that, we will have the success that we need. We're not done with that, though. I want to continue with that a little bit more, and I'm going to bring in this deck, and this is my absolute favorite oracle deck of all times, and it is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And the reason why I like it is because it's just so intuitive, and I always get such good readings from it. So we want to carry on with this message from Spirit. So what else does Spirit need you to know, and how can we work with this Justice card? How can we work with doing the right things all the time? What does Spirit need us to know right now? And I know I have just broken the camera's focus because there's too much going on, but let's draw a card and then I shall fix the focus. Bear with me, I'm sorry for the fuzzy. Okay, cards are shuffled. Let's see if I can fix the focus. Right, I fixed the focus. Okay, so I'm going to cut the deck in half, just taking a pile off, and I'm going to take straight off the top. So let's see what Sacred Destiny want you to know. How do we do the right thing? What is the right thing to do with our relationship? Simplicity. Love it. So here we have just this single butterfly falling from the sky, We have those clear skies again, just a couple of white fluffy clouds. And it's about simplicity. It's about not overcomplicating. Okay, it's about not overcomplicating the relationship, and not about it's about. And I think going back to this card, so this is the card that, what dampens the relationship a little bit is this need for perfection, this need to outshine each other, this need to be more successful than the other, this almost competition that may be. And I think Spirit is saying to you, looking at these two, is that you do have a really good relationship. Your relationship has got a really good solid foundation. And remember, if you are single, this is talking about the relationship that's coming. It's talking about the next relationship for you. It's really has a strong foundation. Everything is quite stable and everything is quite secure. But we need to make sure that we're doing the right thing. Not always the right thing for us, but the right thing for the relationship. The right thing, because remember, it's two halves that make a whole. But we don't want to complicate things. We need to, and I think that's the justice system as well, because the justice is simple. Things either are right or they're not right. There's no gray. Okay, it's black, it's white, it's yes, it's no, it's yin, it's yang. It's all of that. There are no gray areas. It's simple. Okay, keep within the rules, keep within the boundaries, don't do anything wrong, and you've got nothing to lose. Simplicity is telling you, keep it simple. So because it's Valentine's and because we're looking at the love connection with simplicity, I'm going to say it's the KISS principle, the KISS principle. Keep it simple, and you can add in that final S. Keep it simple, stupid. All right, that's what you need to do. And if you can do that, if you can keep your relationship simple, if you can keep your relationship true, if you can keep it clean, neat, and tidy, and just hold on to that security and hold on to the stability, help each other, guide each other, be there for each other, and celebrate and acknowledge what you already have, instead of always trying to outdo and always trying to improve and always trying to do better. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. You have got a fantastic relationship. Things are great, but we mustn't overcomplicate it. That's what the justice system is saying to you. All right, friends, I do hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope that you enjoyed and that this resonated with you and just gives you whatever it is that you need to help you, guide you on your relationship, wherever you are in your relationship at the moment. So sending you lots of love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again, take care.